And you knew where you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. You know, I wonder how long it'll be before before YouTube's like, yeah, no, you can't play All in the Family either. 'Cause that'd be really disappointing. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Because it caught Cheers, which is surprising. I shouldn't say it's surprising, but it feels surprising. You know, I'd go up. Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play episode. I don't know. Today we're doing what we've been doing all of the Let's Plays, which we've been doing for the past several Let's Plays, which is building this thing. Dang it! Wait. Okay, yeah. So what was I? Life's been rough for me, boys and girls. It's been a real rough the past week. I've probably had what can only be assorted to as the worst week of my life. And trust me, I've had some pretty bad weeks in my life. All right, like, trust me, if anybody's had the worst weeks of their lives, it would be me. And for me to say that this week approaches that, if not almost succeeds that, ouch, I missed it, damn it. Then you know it must be a pretty hellish week. And yeah, it hasn't been good. Oh, that's why. I wasn't getting a lot of feedback, but it was enough to where I was like, I think I'm hearing myself as I'm talking. I certainly was. Let me turn that down. Jesus. Oh, more Instagram notifications. Nobody care. Oh my God! Where is Cody getting gas? He put 18 gallons and paid $61. Oh, Jesus! By Cody, I mean Cody's Lab. Oh, that's horrendous! Jesus. Now, granted, Cody was a mechanic of some sort at one point, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's putting non-ethanol enriched fuel. I shouldn't say enriched. Non-ethanol inclusive fuel in his car, truck, whatever he's driving that day, and which is fine. You're just gonna pay a lot, and you know the people who do that, you know, they think the extra mileage and the all-around betterness it is for your vehicle outweigh the extra costs of the actual fuel itself. Now, I mean, unless the ethanol literally blows out your engine, like, drastically faster than running, if you're running E10 and that drastically blows out your engine faster than, say, pure, gasoline, then yeah, okay, I'll look into it, alright? But if the motor only costs $2,000, alright, and we can do the math here, okay? If the extra costs of the premium gasoline is $20, let's say this is extreme future, right? It's $20 per fill up, and so let's say you fill up every single week, alright? I mean, we're being dramatic here. Most people probably... It's hard to say. There's so many factors that can influence that and calculating that. But I don't know. How long would you own a vehicle? I mean, some people own a vehicle for a decade. Some will hold on to a vehicle only for a few years. It's hard for me to know. But if you spend $2,000 worth... If you spend more than $2,000 worth of gasoline, of that premium gas, of the extra cost, I should say, and you use that faster than it would say if you used the ethanol before your engine burned out, then logically it would make sense to use the ethanol, depending on fuel consumption rates and blah 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 blah, fuel economy, blah 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 blah. Again, there's a lot. This is actually I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll just quickly do some math. And then I realized, oh shoot, fuel economy influences it. How often you're fueling up, the actual price of the gas, the price of the engine for that matter. So, the size of the tank in your vehicle is a big deal. So, and that'll influence how often you're filling up, along with your fuel economy, and how often you're driving, and how far you have to drive. I'm sure there's a bunch of situations in which one is better than the other. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there's enough situations somewhere. And I'm sure you could run through them. You'd probably need a freaking computer algorithm to do it. There's a lot of variables to take into account. But my point is, this isn't gonna be some cheap little thing. This isn't like some little easy thing like I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just quickly calculate this in my head, or like I'll jot some numbers down on a piece of paper. That's all I really need to do. No. I need like a computer algorithm. But I'm sure there are people, and my uncle is a big testament to this. I guess both my uncles really. They're all gearheads, and these two uncles are anyways, and they're big firm believers in not paying for the ethanol. They look at me and they think that when I burn the ethanol, that like, are you sure it's even better for the environment? Yes, it is. I'm not being like an ethanol fanboy about that. I've actually done the math. I can't say literally because everybody thinks literally is figuratively anymore, which is annoying. It actually is better if you burn pure ethanol versus pure gasoline at the efficiencies that the EPA was talking about, which it was an average efficiency. So ethanol has about, so for every gallon of ethanol, for every gallon of gasoline you burn, you need 1.33 gallons of ethanol. However, ethanol is a cleaner fuel by a greater margin than 33%. That's what you need to determine. Is ethanol 33% cleaner? Is it more than 33% cleaner than gasoline for your carbon emissions by your carbon weight? Yes, it is. Now, granted, that's pure ethanol. When you get into like E15 versus E85 versus E10, E15 is actually one of the better ones if you're gonna mix it all, interestingly enough. Which is what, that's why we have this here. E15 is actually pretty good. So I wish it got used more. The problem with E15 is if you're older than... The problem with E15 is it's on that threshold. There's a threshold. So E10 is fine. Almost every single vehicle that's not carbureted, I believe, can run E15. Can run E10. It's E15, that 5% ethanol. If I don't know if, and I'm sure the gearheads in the comments can correct me, but I think E10 is that threshold, and so E15 can't run in, like, say, a carbureted engine, and other fuel injected engines, older ones. Now my vehicle is from 2002, so I don't have any problems. It's a flex fuel. I could technically run E85. I don't plan on it. E85 is pretty rough on your engine. That's what my uncle. Again, that's what my uncle says. I don't know. Like I said, if we could figure out and do the math, I would love to know. Also, the big problem with ethanol. Sorry, I don't know why I have a lisp today. The big problem with ethanol is that it has a tendency to absorb water. Again, these are all what gearheads have told me, and they're not exactly ethanol fans. All right, so you gotta take what I'm giving you with a grain of salt. Ethanol, by fact, and I agree with them on this, will absorb water over time. That's just what it does. That is a chemical. That is just what chemically alcohol and ethanol do. That's just what alcohols do. All right. That I will agree with them. That's 100% true. Now, granted, your gas tank isn't necessarily an airtight vessel. If it was, that wouldn't be a problem. I would say, well, then there's no big deal. However, I don't think it's airtight. It might be, because a gas tank wouldn't necessarily need to be airtight because of the vapor pressure of gasoline. Because gasoline evaporates quite quickly. It's more it's vapor pressure is I don't remember. It's more volatile. There we go. It's a more volatile substance, and yeah, and so okay, so it's a more volatile substance. Therefore, it releases a vapor, and it can pressurize something that it's in, theoretically. This is all a theory I've had, that gas tanks could be airtight. They don't necessarily need to let air in. And the only reason why I'm saying that they would need to let air in is because, well, if you're gravity fed, and so your engine is going to be airtight. All right? Your engine's not airtight. If your cylinders are letting stuff leak past them, you have a problem. You might have a car that's not running. The point is, actually, yeah, you're burning oil at that point. Yeah, if your pistons are leaking, air past them or whatever, you have problems, very big problems, and I believe you're going to be burning oil. Don't quote me though. Anyways, don't listen to anything I have to say about cars. I don't know. Will is the professional car dude for the channel, so if we ever do anything about cars, Will be the one in charge. Alright? If you're wondering why I'm chopping melons, it's because the glass is taking too long to smelt versus how long it takes me to put it out. And so I'm just going to harvest some melons and go trade them in for emeralds. Might as well buy some emeralds while we're going to get something done. You always need emeralds, so... Anyways. Oh, also, we're at 1.17. Also, so my Minecraft Bedrock, it was working the other day. And then it just wasn't. So, it worked. And then, Will had... I was playing around on Minecraft Bedrock, no big deal. And then Will was like... And then Will and I were trying to play together on this creative world that I finally got transferred to my PC. And he couldn't get his wasn't letting him connect, and I was like, fine, I'll restart my game, you restart your game. I haven't been able to get onto it since. So what's happening is it shows the red Mojang load screen, and then it turns black, and it just sits there. It doesn't do anything. I was like, that's interesting. So I was looking at Task Manager and watching it open, and it's putting it into the RAM, and then the CPU stops working on it. It just stops. It just loads it into the RAM and then becomes unresponsive. What I'm suspecting, and what the internet seems to suggest, and everybody seems to suggest, it needs a new reinstall. It needs a fresh install. I need to wipe the game's cache. The problem is, I can't do that because I'll lose my Minecraft worlds. There's not much on there really that's that big of a deal, except for the one that I transferred, and I don't want to go through that again. I certainly could do it. I'd have to pay for it, but I certainly could do it. Only thing is, I don't want to do that. So, I need. But okay. So they're just like, okay, just back up your worlds. I tried. I could not find the file source for Minecraft, and I have hidden files on. I have that on because I need that for a thing I was doing, and so I can see anything hidden. Unless I'm looking in the wrong spots and I got impatient, didn't dig deep enough in the right spots. I don't know. Wherever the case is, I cannot load Minecraft Bedrock. So I'm currently just waiting for 1.17.1 to drop, hoping that the update fixes something. Otherwise, I have to sit down one day and Google how to access the VRAM. Buck said Farming Sim has that problem, and you have to go in and wipe the cache. I've never had that problem with Farming Sim, partially because most of it was, I think what he was talking about was more of you had a lack of VRAM. I think that was the problem, and it would just max out your VRAM and fill it up because your cache is full. And I'm like, well, I've got enough VRAM to last me a long time, so my cache will never fill up. And I don't think I'm running the game in such a way that's going to cause that problem anyways. So let's see here. Oh, a little tired today. Just finished I worked 10 hours Saturday, and then I worked 8 hours today. I'm beginning a 39-hour week. That is not including breaks. That is raw time. So it'll actually be so. And right now, depending on how things go this week, I'm on the fast track to doing above 40 hours. For the first time in my life, I've never worked a 40-hour week once, ever. And it's not even like an actual 40-hour week, because the only reason why I even get there is because I have to work Saturday for 4 hours. Otherwise, I wouldn't get anywhere near it, so. Why am I working Saturday? Stupid reasons for stupid people. I'm currently... Okay, so it's Monday for you guys. It's Sunday for me still. So I am waiting... So hopefully, in the Farming Sim Let's Play, I'll have some good news. And that good news will be, hey, I got a new job. Hopefully. I'm still... Monday, I'm waiting to hear a call back from the job I went and interviewed for the other day. Unfortunately, I was late to the interview, and it scares me that I'm not going to get it. If I don't get it, I have some big problems. If I don't get it, I gotta start reevaluating some stuff, because I was looking online at banks to see if there was any banks I had missed. Nope. I pretty much applied at every bank in the town I live in. And so I'm like, well, shoot, what am I going to do? I don't know. The biggest pressing matter is, and I'm trying not to get into it, because everybody is starting to get tired of me talking about it, but this is my life. My life is in a crisis and a downspin. Like I said, this is the worst week of my life probably so far. And that's hard to say. The problem is I'm being evicted. Yes. Which sucks because, well, I mean, being evicted sucks, period. But it's especially hurtful in this situation, damn it, because I know the landlords, I thought, relatively well, and I knew them kind of on a personal level. I'm friends with their son, but apparently that doesn't matter, and they sent an eviction notice. They could have just told me, like, hey, we want you gone by this date. And actually, they talked about that, and I said, can I have until September 1st? And they said, sure, we'll give you till September 1st. They gave me till July 31st. So now, and that's what the eviction notice said. So now I have to pay for a month of rent, and then they're going to hand it to me right back, which I'll have to then give to my dad because it's a security deposit. So I'm like, are you serious? If I get it back, because, well, granted, there's damage in the communal areas. That's not my fault. So it's actually their son's fault because he had a pull-up bar. Point is, I'm being screwed, and I'm not too happy about the whole deal. You know, because an eviction notice is something you send to somebody you don't know, not to somebody that you know personally. And it hurts. So now I'm scrambling because I don't have this. It's not enough time to find a new place to live. It's not. Because there are some apartments that are just like, yeah, we need 2 months notice. And I'm like, I'll be homeless for a month. And I can't really afford anything. Luckily, my dad said he'd pay for half, and truth be told, I said I can handle $700 a month, so whatever is left over with rent and utilities, he'll pay, which will be just fine. So that's then also my check engine light came on in my truck. I'm sure it's probably nothing, but you never know. I was literally thinking yesterday, before I even got, because it turned on yesterday night when I was getting in my truck. I was thinking, like, I think early that morning or whatever. I'm like, you know, there's not much left in my life to go wrong. All I've got is my health and my car. And now my car health has gone downhill. So I'm like, great. My physical health is all I have. My mental health is gone, I can tell you that much. It's gone. It's not in a good place. So, yeah. That's existence right now for me. Not like I'm depressed or anything. Not yet, anyways. But, like, I'm stressed. And the reasonings were like, oh, this is what the world, this is what the real world's gonna be like. You need to start being an adult. I'm like, this isn't how you, I'm like, you act like my high school teachers. In that sense, they were acting like a high school teacher, because a high school teacher treats you like that. A high school teacher is unusually cruel to you as a way to say that this is what the real world's like. And a lot of the people who have been in the real world argue, no, that's not what the real world is like. That's a lie. They're just trying to scare you and overly prepare you or stress you out. And I'm like, I guess this is kind of what the real world is like. But at the same time, if you had a heart at all, you would give a guy some more time. But you're acting like somebody. Well, you're acting like a capitalist pig. Really, they're not being greedy because, well, being greedy would be raising everybody's rent, which they didn't do, and they're not doing. They're just like, oh, well, you know, we're really pushing it with 3 people in the house, and we're not doing that. And they changed the reasoning. The original reasoning was because, well, Rooster's going to college, Rooster's in vet school, and the other 2, well, they're still in school and you're not, so that's not a good thing. But they had to change that because, well, saying that the house isn't fit for 4 people holds up a lot better in court than saying they need to study. Because, well, now, you know, you've presented me with a legal document and you've angered somebody. Well, when you anger people in the United States, people get sued. All right? In the United States, it's just something you do. You just sue people. Right? I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to go down to the local law office that's like just a few blocks from that's probably like 5 blocks from my house. Oh, it's a little more than that. But either way, it's probably a 10, 15-minute walk. I could walk down there, walk in, get a lawyer, and then probably have a lawsuit filed in the morning, and then by the afternoon, I can have a lawsuit filed up. That's just what you do in America. They probably do more criminal law, and this isn't exactly criminal. I don't think they've broken any torts unless there's a current emergency thing going on in the town that I live in where you can't get evicted. But I don't believe there's anything going on right now. If there is, I would sure like to know about it. Either way. With the whole non-eviction thing, it would be because of Corona. That's why there'd be a non-eviction clause, quote, whatever. Oh, hello, we ran out of charcoal. Oh boy, we're gonna need to make some more charcoal. That's not good. Not good at all. Luckily, we have another smelter that'll do just fine for that. Oh, do we have any wood, actually? That's an important question. We chopped all those trees down. I don't think we do. I think we burned it all and turned it into charcoal. That's not good. Luckily, we're at 28 minutes. Well, I might just end it because, well, it's just me running around. Anyways, yeah, I could go on and on and on about the. I don't know why I'm doing this. I could go on and on and on about the eviction thing because that's what's going on inside my life right now. That's what's plaguing my mental health the past few days, and this literally was the worst week of, close to the worst week of my life. And I've had pretty bad weeks. They're like, what could get worse than eviction? I've had worse, but that's another video for another day. In the meantime, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New Minecraft Let's Plays every single Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time. These are probably going to get pre-recorded as I get closer to my eviction date because, well, obviously it's going to be hard to move and play Minecraft and make videos and all that kind of stuff. It's going to get really difficult. So stuff's going to get pre-recorded. Okay, good night. Hello there. Actually, it's more of a goodbye. This is my Minecraft outro. Anyways, make sure you subscribe so that we can hit our 10K goal so we can plant 100 trees for subs for trees. Otherwise, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet, sweet watch time.